Hey guys, what's going on? Absolutely Beast here. Bringing you guys a race today on Road Atlanta. So this is the club version of the track, so it's a little bit shorter, a little bit more open. The reason I'm bringing you this race is because this is a example of what you can do just by being patient. So when the race started, I'm in 13th of 18, which is really bad. And sometimes when you race, if you get tangled up, if someone hits you or someone takes you out or something on the first corner, a lot of times it's extremely hard, if not almost impossible, to come back. And this was a perfect example of that. I was just stuck back there, and I couldn't get out. And so finally, the guys who were crashing the most were behind me, and I started in 13th. And this is just a good example of what you can do by being patient. So I'm actually driving the McLaren. I don't think I'll drive it next time I race on here because of what was happening here, but I mean, I'm behind these guys for a long time, so I'm just going to stay behind these guys. I'm just going to be patient, and you know, that's the part of racing. You know, you can be fast and you can be, you know, quick and you can be aggressive, all this kind of stuff, but really you have to be patient. And if you're not patient, then it'll never materialize for you, because you'll try to take opportunities that aren't there, and you'll end up wrecking yourself or other people. Or, you know, you may be too patient, and you may not know the right moment to pass. And so, in this case for me, you know, there's another pass there. I mean, in this case for me, it was just a case of not being able to, you know, it wasn't necessarily, I mean, I wanted to come back, obviously, and I thought I would be able to work my way up through the pack, but it didn't work out that way. So that's why I'm saying I probably won't drive this car again, because it was not competitive. I was struggling to keep up with the guy in front of me, and he's driving a Radical, which only has a top speed of like 165. So for me, I mean, I was using like a spa tune, but as I saw right there on the shred, I only hit 175, and that's the only time where it would make any sort of difference. So I'm just sitting behind this guy, just struggling to keep up. And you know, they're not all gems. You know, that's the other reason I'm putting this up too. I mean, I don't always have good races. And this is a good race, but in a different way. Not in a way of like, oh man, I smoked everybody, or oh man, I had these blazing lap times. This was a good race in another way of just, you know, being patient. And I mean, honestly, it's almost like, you know, tennis in some ways. You let your opponent make the mistakes. You know, obviously pros are good and they can make things happen for themselves, but I mean, one by one, I'm just getting past these people because things are happening. Either they're getting too aggressive or they're getting sloppy and they're flying off. And for me, it's just like consistent, you know, business as usual. And there's the other two passes there. And so now I finally have a little bit of space, but as you see here, I'm starting to come up to lap traffic. This guy in the LFA was an absolute idiot. He's the one that wrecked me on the first lap. And so I couldn't wait to get past him, and luckily he spun out. Otherwise it could have been bad trying to get past him. But ended up on the grass, and it's tough to get off the grass, and then I overcorrect and I get up on that grass there, and then I'm going too slow and I mess up the turn. I mean, just talk about dumpster fire. But like I said, in a different way, this was a good race for me. You know, being able to just stay patient, and you know, I worked my way up 6 positions just by not doing anything, and except for staying clean and not being overly aggressive, not trying to pass someone when I didn't have a pass, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, that's the thing about me. I'm very consistent with my racing. I may not get the fastest times, but I'm very consistent. So as we come into the finishing of the race here, guys, thanks for checking this out. I appreciate it. There's plenty of videos on my channel. If you like this content, go ahead and check those out. I've uploaded plenty in the last couple of weeks, last month, so make sure you check those out. And make sure you subscribe so you can not miss any of my uploads. And that was me just trying to pull the U-brake there at the end, so awesome. Catch you guys later.